You know, Rob, I always like talking to you. You're a straight shooter. And, you know, I think you talked about a lot of things, automation, but, you know, one of the things that always I get questioned about is the workplace, right? Yeah. And, you know, like right after this, we're getting ready to present to not just folks in a small room, but we're presenting over Cisco TV.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's touching...
From people in all sorts of different workplaces.
That's touching tens of thousands of people. And, you know, one of the things we'll be broadcasting, but I can give them that same information on this phone.
Well, you don't know where they're going to be watching from, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure that if I have the right people in the right place that I really care.
Yeah.
I just need to make sure that I'm providing an environment, a workplace, that would allow us to do our work in the best possible way as fast as possible. So truth or fiction, the workplace, is it, you know, should it be extensible? Should it be...
Is it going to continue to exist as it is? Listen, I mean, I'm all for all new technology, and I use it all the time, and I work from everywhere. You know, I think what certainly has changed is I think work is something you do.
You're in Johannesburg.
Well, exactly. You know, I mean, I worked on an aeroplane for like 28 hours on the way here, right? Yeah. So work is something you do, not necessarily somewhere you go. But I you know, call me old school. When I look at building teams, building a culture, you know, going out there and winning in the market, I actually think that this kind of connection, it's why, you know, theoretically, we could have done this using technology in two different corners of the planet, right?
We could have been on
so all of that's possible. Yeah. The fact is you don't build relationships that way, and you don't build teamwork. So when you look at the workplace, I think there are two distinct functions. The first one is, how do you enable, certainly in this new age, people to work from wherever they are, when that's what they need to be doing? But more importantly, when they're at the workplace, what's the role that our technologies have to play in making sure that they are more productive and that it's a better place to work? You know, so if I give you an example, I look at the retail environment. So, I don't know, do you shop online?
I do. Well, my wife does. Let's put it that way.
I know,
right?
There we go.
Yeah.
Does that mean you've stopped going to department stores?
No.
Exactly, right? So the question
I actually like going there.
Yeah.
Especially at the golf store, because I like that interaction,
exactly,
right?
Yeah. You can't hit a golf ball.
Yeah, you can't hit a golf ball,
You can try
right?
that Nintendo Wii thing, but it's not the real thing,
not
right?
The same.
Yeah. But I think so for me, what has changed, if you take all of our retail clients, and retail has been one of our fastest growth areas for wireless. You know, why has that been? Well, on the one hand, there's a business that has been totally disrupted and changed through online shopping. On the other hand, what they've done is they've used technology to give their clients, when they come into the store, a much better, richer experience. So you look at the things, you know, technology in terms of the way that it plays around wayfinding. And so the way, if you happen to be in the retail business, the way that technology helps you help your clients plays a massive role, you know. And the other area is, do you want to be working in that environment? Do you want to be at the leading edge of technology or the back end of technology?
No, it's a great question as you interact with our customers.
Yeah.
But also, the sales associates, if you go into those retail shops, they're all equipped with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They may have, you know, in the old days, you kind of had these big, you know, scanners and whatnot. Today, they use their phone.
Yeah.
And they can check prices. They can do the interaction for you.
Yeah.
So it's the customers, but it's also how do you extend that then to every employee that works there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think what we're going to be seeing is that the workplace, you know, fundamentally changes. I think, you know, the reality is that it becomes a reason why people join companies. You know, so people want to be connected with other people, but they want to make sure that it's a rich digital experience when they're in that environment. So when you have a workplace, it's got to be high tech, it has to work. You want as much automation as possible in it. And I think the interesting trend for us there is just the role that data in the network is actually providing. You know, we were talking about data earlier on, and you could be forgiven for thinking, okay, well, that all has to do with kind of IoT or ERP data or client data, but just the role that the network plays in being able to capture data based on things like location analytics and security trends and the intelligence that people pick up on that, and how you can drive that to drive artificial intelligence and really drive a lot more productivity in this collaboration world is phenomenal, right?
Yeah, so maybe a different spin on the workplace, right? If I have a great workplace like that, you like to, you know, interact, you know, live, does that workplace attract new talent?
Yeah.
Right? We talked about talent earlier. Well, how do I attract and how do I retain them? Do you think the workplace plays a key role in that
It
aspect.
plays a massive role. You know, one of our largest clients is a financial services client.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have thought that for financial services, you know, in terms of attracting people, and when you look at it, the big things that they actually marketed themselves on is the fact that they've got buildings that are green.
Yeah.
Because they automated, because you can switch lights off and all things. People care about social issues.
So
And
sustainability,
sustainability
right?
is critical. And not just because it's the right thing to do, but actually people want to go and work for a company that's got a soul. You know, so if you know, that's really important. And in this particular environment, being a financial trading organization, they also wanted to know that they could get all of the tools that they needed. You know, so the ability to collaborate, you know, for the technology just to pick, you know, to work, to have video conferencing and, you know, instant access to data is critical, you know, and it's their livelihood.
So data, talent. Now let's add one more thread, which is about the sort of the agile environment. We call it, you know, some folks like to call it two pizza teams, right?
Yeah,
Creating
exactly.
that environment where people, you know, if we want to interact, that there's a place to do that. Yes, we have the technology. If we need it, we can.
And you can do it
go
remotely
anywhere,
if that's what you want to be doing.
Right.
But when you're in the office, you're being that much more productive. That's the bottom line. And the way that we build out that infrastructure, I think, is changing phenomenally.
So at the end of the day, truth or fiction, does the workplace play a key role in digital transformation?
The workplace absolutely plays a key role, and it'll be forever. It's just going to dramatically change in terms of how much more productive it makes us.
Thanks.